Roanoke County Business Partners. Today's production is about recreational businesses in the county. We've chosen 4, 2 bike shops and 2 golf courses because they've received awards, recognitions, expanded, but they have stories that we want to tell you today. So right now, I'm on Catawba Valley Drive. I'm inside of Just the Right Gear, and we're going to meet the owner, Steve Hetherington. So join me as we go to look for Steve.
I'm bored.
Let's go to Green Ridge, where I can get a workout.
Take a class.
Play ball.
Go swimming.
And learn something new.
Get involved at Green Ridge. Healthy fun for everyone.
Stay up to date with the town of Vinton. Visit vintonva.gov and sign up for the Newsflash, Notify Me, or Emergency Alert features. Newsflash will inform users of what's happening in the town, including street closures or water line breaks. With Notify Me, citizens will receive information on activities, events, and even job postings. Emergency Alert can keep you informed in the event of an emergency or disaster in the region. Alerts can be sent to landlines, computers, cell phones, or wireless PDA units. Sign up today and be up to date with the town of Vinton.
Steve.
Linda.
Good to have you on the show.
Thanks.
Let me introduce you to our viewing audience. This is Steve Hetherington, owner of Just the Right Gear. Now, Steve, my obvious first question is, you wanted to start a business. Why a bike shop?
Okay. My first response is I did not want to start a business.
Okay, now that makes it more intriguing. Tell us the story.
A good friend of mine, Rick Woods, had been trying to convince me for about 2 years that I wanted to do this, and I spent a good part of that 2 years convincing him that I didn't want to.
Because you were a
Personal trainer.
Personal trainer? Okay. And so he must have done a really good sales speech because you ended up owning this.
Yeah. Well, as I stated earlier, before, it became a point of not wanting to look back and think, I wonder what it would have been had I not. And so it was just a matter of
And you had a passion for bikes.
see what happens. Bikes are fun.
You just took the jump and did it, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So we're here on Catawba Valley Drive. How did you decide this was the location you wanted? Was it because it's close to Carvin's Cove?
Well, the first part was, of course, the little black and orange for rent sign in the window. And then after that, I guess it probably was the proximity to Carvin's Cove. And a lot of road rides go by here as well. So
I know, I was kidding you about marketing research when we met.
Yeah, I sat on the steps for
and
3 days.
Cars going up and down the road, exactly.
I actually I like the creek. I like having a little bit of grass and trees. And
exactly.
We feed the birds, and the cat runs around, and I know
we'll have
it's
to
a good
meet
place.
Miss Bradshaw, but this is a great place. It's a great feel. So when you moved in, how big was the actual store, and what did you do?
Oh, it was this size. One of the doors wasn't there, but mostly it was awful. I mean, it really looked bad.
So you really had to gut it and work on it?
We really did. I uncovered the floors from, I think, 2 layers of plywood, a layer of carpet, and a layer of tile.
And it looks much better now.
And learned to finish flooring, which was quite an adventure.
But I like the atmosphere. But tell me, why do you cite the repair shop right here in the front of the store?
Well, I didn't like the concept when you go into a bike shop that there was an area out of sight or in the back of the building, and there were people back there working on your bike or something like that. I kind of wanted a feeling of the whole store being accessible.
Okay.
And I think bike shops lend themselves to hopefully people wanting to hang out and talk and that sort of thing. So there's stools, there's chairs. I'd like to say that I limit the people that go back there, but we really don't. Everyone ends up back there. So it's kind of like the kitchen in your house. You know how when friends come over and you put food in the living room, but everyone ends up in the kitchen?
Well, introduce the guys in the kitchen for us, okay? Who have you got back here?
That's Fred in the brown.
Hey, Fred.
And Jason in the black.
Hi, Jason.
So
But it's a nice area, and
Yeah.
I like the layout and all that. So then you kind of expanded as shops moved out. You kind of expanded. Let's walk on down through, right?
Yep.
And as the shop expanded, so did the inventory, which it looks great, obviously. So now I want to ask you about something big that happened in 2011, and that was Bicycle Magazine giving you a great recognition.
Yep.
They named Just the Right Gear as one of the 100 top bike shops in the nation, which is big. How did it feel to get that kind of recognition?
Surprised.
No, but it's very
Unwarranted.
special.
I don't know. Yeah.
You're very humble about that, but we're very proud for you. I can tell you that. But I think it all rolls into one about the way you chose your location and how you really thought about, you might regret this if you didn't do it, and you went on with your business philosophy, and you talked about you wanted to treat all of your customers just like their family. Where did the business philosophy come from?
It really came from wanting people to, no matter whether they were after the $400 bike or the $4,000 bike, about getting the same amount of information.
Okay.
And an honest information. I've always said my two biggest things are, I'm happy for you if you're riding, and I prefer you to get it locally, whichever shop you get it at.
Well, we love that too.
So it's
It's just something you feel on the inside.
I guess it is.
Passion.
I guess so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, well, Steve, we have a lot to thank you for. We have a lot to thank you for and investing in the county. I mean, how long have you been on this site?
It'll be 10 years this fall.
Okay, so you're having a 10th year anniversary in 2012 for the jobs that you provide,
Right.
for the products that you provide for our citizens, for promoting beautiful spots around the region like Carvin's Cove, and for raising Roanoke County's profile by getting recognized as one of the top 100 shops in the nation by Bicycle Magazine. So that's
a good thing.
pretty deal. Yes, it is. So thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
Let's see if we can find Miss Bradshaw and get your mascot in the picture before the end of the show. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Enjoyed it.
Thanks.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with another recreational business.
Looking for a career where each day brings the chance to learn or experience something new? Want to work in a team environment? Or have you always wanted to give back to the community? Consider a career in law enforcement. The Roanoke County Police Department offers great benefits including life, health, and dental insurance, Virginia State retirement, and full pay while in the training academy. The Roanoke County Police Department is currently accepting applications, so take the next step to becoming the newest member of the Roanoke County Police Department. For more information, call or visit our website.
Volunteer firefighters save lives.
Do you have what it takes? Visit RoanokeCountyVA.gov/FRVolunteer.
Or call 540-777-8706 to become a volunteer today.
Any questions?
What kind of service plan does this come with?
Unlimited.
Can I keep my same phone number? Does it have a camera? What's the warranty? Can I put my party shuffle on this?
Any questions?
No.
For the 10 questions everyone should know, go to ahrq.gov.
Welcome back. We're here today at Brookside Par 3 Golf Course, and with me today is Milt Crandall, the general manager. Welcome, Milt.
Thank you. Welcome to Brookside.
Thank you. This is a very exciting opportunity for Roanoke County and for you because you're celebrating your 50th anniversary. Now, I understand you opened, what was it, 1962?
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about the history of Brookside?
Oh, absolutely. I'll be glad to, Jill. 1962, in April 20th, actually, Bill Hall, this was his farm, and his brother Jack and a couple dentists, they developed the property into a par 3 because of the floodplain. And they ran it for 10 years, and then Bill took it back over, and they had hired Archie Good, who's a fixture around here for forever in the old days. But he ran it for 25 years with Bill, and then Bill sold it to Pete Dodd in 1986. And Pete owned it till 2007, and he sold it to Ken Moody. And Bob Purser ran it for 5 years, and then Dave and Betty Cox came and rented and leased the property from 95 to 98. And then my wife Diana and my two boys, Joe and Scott, we took it over in 98, and we still manage it and take care of the daily operations.
Well, tell me about Brookside. What does it cost to play here?
Okay, Brookside, it's $10 for 9 holes. Juniors and seniors, 60 and over, and 18 and under is $9 every day of the week. So we discount the juniors and seniors. And we have cart rentals for $1. We have club rentals for $2. Golf balls for $1.50 for $3. We have a saying here at Brookside that if we don't have it, you don't need it. So whatever you need, you come to Brookside and you can play golf.
Now, I understand that Brookside is one of the best par 3s in the state, and it has some challenges associated with it. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I sure would, Jill. Brookside is very unique as a par 3 because most of your par 3s are very level, very straightforward, not much challenge to it. Brookside has some trees, has a big hill on number 7, which everybody remembers. We have water with the creek, and it's a very tough little course. People look at it and say, oh, they're par 3, this will be fun, this is no challenge. And then when they come back, they're drooping across number 9 bridge because the course has beat them up a little bit. So it's a lot of fun playing Brookside, and it is very, very challenging. And so we're very proud of it.
You have customers that come here to play this course from all over. Tell us about how far they come from.
We sure do. Actually, we have members from the Covington area. We have them from Draper Valley, Pulaski area that comes in. And it's so unique that they just love traveling to get here and play. But another unique thing that we have, which I think is quite unusual, Roanoke is very unique geographically because of 81. So we have people coming from the north going south every year. They stop off in Roanoke, spend the night, have dinner, come the next morning and play Brookside, and then leave. And they do that year after year. And it's a tradition that is just pretty great. It really is. It makes us feel good because we see a familiar face, but they enjoy it and they love Roanoke, and which is great too.
That's wonderful. What types of groups like to play par 3s and age ranges?
Well, you know, the difference between a par 3 and the 18-hole golf course is pretty substantial. For example, when you play the big course, 18 holes, you got to be pretty good because they're long and it's very challenging. Brookside, a beginner can come out and play, never played before. We only have 70 yards to 130, so they can see it. They can see the end result, and they're not intimidated, and they have fun. And that's the main difference. So we have the beginners. We have the guy that just retired from Norfolk Southern or whatever, never played golf before. He starts his golfing career at Brookside. Everybody starts at Brookside. That's the main thing. And then they progress on. And once they do that, we hope they come back and play again.
Exactly. Now, I understand that you have the First Tee contract here in Roanoke. Tell our viewers about that real quick.
Well, the First Tee is the best junior golf program in the country, maybe the world. We signed a lease with them about 6 years ago, and Mary Beth, the pro that works with the juniors, she is absolutely fantastic. Her support staff, the volunteers, many volunteers that they just devote their time to the kids. They practice at the facility at the First Tee program, and then they bring them here and they play Brookside. And then once they progress from there, then they go to like Old Monterey, to the 18-hole golf course. So it's a 3-step program. And I tell you, it's from A to Z. And if parents or grandparents have juniors that they want to get started in golf, go see Mary Beth at the First Tee because there's no better program in the world.
It's a wonderful program to get youth involved in learning how to play golf. I know there's probably 200 chapters across the United States.
Exactly.
Milt, this is a wonderful story. We're so grateful for your contributions to Roanoke County for 50 years. In the celebration of your anniversary, I want to thank you for being with us today.
Well, thank you so much, Jill. It's a privilege to have you all here, and hopefully Brookside will be here for another 50 years.
I hope so. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
How can motorists and cyclists be more safe on the road?
Be respectful. Remember that cyclists have an equal right to the road as motorists.
Be attentive. Look for cyclists, especially when making a turn.
When passing a cyclist, allow at least 3 feet, preferably more.
Wear a helmet and bright clothing.
Ride single file when being overtaken by traffic.
Ride with the direction of the traffic. Obey traffic signs and signals.
A safety message by the Blue Ridge Bicycle Club and Ride Solutions.
Welcome back. We're now in South County on Electric Road in Promenade Park, and I'm at East Coasters Bike Shop, and joining me is co-owner Wes Best. Hey Wes,
Hello.
Nice to have you on the show, and I
Nice to
appreciate
be.
you agreeing to do this.
Absolutely.
I want you to do what I ask every business to do. Tell me how you decided to start your own business, and then why a bike shop?
Sure. I came here as a manager for the former owner, and that was in 1996. And in 2006, he decided that he wanted to retire and be closer to his family, who were living in Colorado. He offered my business partner and I the opportunity to purchase the business, and here we are. And we got in, both he and I got into the business in general because we're passionate about bikes and what it's offered our lives from a recreation standpoint, transportation standpoint, health standpoint, all of those things, and really loving being involved in that every day and being able to share that with our customers.
Oh, that's fabulous.
Yeah.
Well, I'm also intrigued about how you decided to locate in Roanoke, because you started in Blacksburg, right?
We did. We opened in Blacksburg in 1974, and we opened our Roanoke store in 1993.
Okay.
And really, the former owner saw the writing on the wall that this was Southwest Virginia, especially the Blacksburg and Roanoke area, were so similar in so many ways, and in particular for cycling. There are a lot of similarities between the two, and really felt like there was an opportunity there. We were heavily involved in bringing the Tour de Pont stage race to the area back in the day, and so that was a tie-in between Blacksburg and Roanoke, and he just really saw an opportunity, and it's worked out quite nicely.
Wes, 2011 was really a banner year for you.
It was in a lot of ways.
And there are 4 major awards that I'm thinking about, so I thought maybe we could talk about them in tour, and I think you've got an award over there, and
we have a couple sitting up there.
Yes,
so.
exactly.
Okay.
So first, I want to brag on you because you became a rescue angel, right?
Rescue mission angel.
Exactly.
Yes. I have a former employee who is a volunteer for the rescue mission, and he does a lot of work with them, and we help him out in terms of providing bikes to him when a customer comes and has a bike that's not worth repairing. We'll set them up and donate that. We donate some parts and space for him to be able to work on bikes, and they decided that was pretty valuable to the people going through their programs. They use those bikes as transportation. So
I think it's wonderful, and I think it's great that he's doing that kind of advocacy
fantastic.
For the rescue mission and for East Coasters also. And then I know, I was there, I heard when you got this award with the regional chamber, you got Small Business of the Year for wholesale retail.
That's right.
So that was a fabulous one.
And that was a shocker, yeah. That was great. I'm very proud of that.
Oh, you have every right to be. Wes, take it a step further and go back to the conversation that you and I had previously and talk about what technology has done in this industry.
Sure, and that's a huge part of it. We're a technology-driven industry. Some of the biggest things these days are, like with mountain bikes, they're a bigger wheel size than people are used to, 29-inch wheels. They roll over obstacles better, they have more traction, they're smoother, that's big. One of the biggest things that we've seen too are disc brakes on mountain bikes, and especially hydraulic disc brakes.
I know, I couldn't believe it when you said that. That just sounds so large for a bike. I mean, you expect that on a car, but I didn't expect it on a bike.
Makes a huge difference. They're light, they're simple, they work great, better control of the bike, they always feel good, just like whenever you press the gas or the brake pedal in your car, it always feels smooth. Same thing on the bike, makes a big difference.
Even going down gravelly, rocky,
you have much more control.
logs,
It's great.
Everything.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Then on the other end of the spectrum, for more kind of town and recreation-oriented riders, there are much more comfortable bikes to ride. They even have bikes that have electric assist on them, so that they assist you in pedaling, which open up a whole world of possibilities for all kinds of different people, and really have an appeal to bike commuters, especially with gas getting to be so expensive. That kind of technology makes a difference.
I know it would for me, being a total novice and everything. It would make a big difference. So.
Sure.
Well, Wes, we have a lot to say thank you for you know, locating in Roanoke County, for being on Starkey and then relocating in Roanoke County, and the jobs that you create, the products that you carry, the community service that you do, especially with the rescue mission. Bringing all these awards and getting that kind of recognition makes you stand out as a Roanoke County business. So we are very grateful for everything you do, and we thank you and your colleagues in Blacksburg, and we just say keep up the good work and we'll stay in touch, okay?
Well, thank you. Yeah, thanks to you and thanks to our customers who have allowed us to be able to do what we're doing.
Absolutely.
So
Makes a difference.
I look forward to work every day. So.
Hey, not too many people can say that. That's a great line. And
yes, it
on
is.
that, we'll end, and you stay tuned, and we'll be right back with another recreational business.
Looking for a great place to shop outdoors? Come to the Vinton Farmers Market, located at 204 West Lee Avenue behind the Vinton Post Office. Open Thursday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., the Vinton Farmers Market offers fresh and local produce, jams and jellies, baked goods, crafts, and more. Vendor space is available. For more information, contact Mary Beth Lehman at 983-0613 or email at mblehman@vintonva.gov.
Roanoke Valley Television RVTV Channel 3 is on Facebook. Go to www.rvtv.org and click on the Facebook icon to like RVTV3 today, your government and educational access station.
Welcome back. We are now at Ballyhack Golf Club, which is Roanoke County's most exclusive and newest private course. With me today is Jonathan Ireland, Director of Operations. Thank you for being with us today, Jonathan.
Jill, thank you very much for inviting me and for being here with us.
I love this place. It's beautiful, and I'd like to know a little bit more about how the name Ballyhack came to be.
Well, very interesting story is we've located the property 6 or 7 years ago, right before as we were purchasing the property, and we're looking for a name for the club. And I happened to be speaking with a lady here in town that had grown up here, born and raised here many years ago, and she said, well, you know, I'm familiar with that piece of property. Once upon a time when I was young, it used to be called Ballyhack. And the name stuck just as soon as we heard it. So we wanted to reference Roanoke somehow, and that was a great way to do it.
That's a wonderful story, Jonathan. Now, this 370-acre property is being recognized nationally as a private destination club, and we're so excited that it's built here. Can you tell us a little bit about how it came to be in this location?
Well, sure. We're very pleased and honored with the recognition that we've received up to this point. Over 10 years ago, our golf course architect, Lester George, found this piece of property and for a couple different purposes, and was not able to do anything with it at that time for any reason. And it sat 4 or 5 years past, and he had not forgotten about it. He kept remembering it from time to time, and ran into a gentleman in Richmond who said, well, I have the best piece of property for a golf course in Roanoke. And long story short, it was this very piece of property. And the rest is history. 6, 7 years later, here we are.
Well, we're just thrilled that you decided to place this club here, and I know that it's just going to continue growing. Now, this model, you also have home sites available here for sale and memberships in the club as well?
We do, Jill, and this, the model and the property, the business model and the property are both what make us unique. The club model itself, we will look to enroll 300 or 400 members total. A portion of those come here from the Roanoke Valley, and the rest will come from elsewhere across the country. And they will travel to us, they'll stay. We have guest cottages here on site where they and their guests can stay overnight with us and enjoy the experience. We do have home sites as well available. But the golf course is also very unique, almost a Midwest style design, a European design, really very natural, as though all we did was just change the grassing style and put pins in the ground.
Well, I've played this course, and I know it's very challenging, and it's a Scottish link style, isn't that correct? Other unique features you want to mention?
That's correct. The bunkering here is really what everyone comments on, as well as how it fits into the terrain, and it looks very, very natural. And that was the intent of the design, again, to look like we just came in and changed the grassing and the golf course has always been here. We just dusted it off a little bit.
Well, we're standing in the gift shop, and what I'd like to do is take our viewers now into the clubhouse and take a look.
Certainly, let's do.
Okay. We're now in the Ballyhat Clubhouse. This facility is spectacular, Jonathan. I'm just amazed at what you've been able to accomplish here. Can you just tell us a little bit about the features of this clubhouse?
Absolutely, Jill. We're really overwhelmed with the way this building has turned out. It's really been magnificent to have people experience the clubhouse in a lodge-type design, the architecture. A lot like the golf course, very unique in the design and the features, really designed to be very comfortable, very warm and inviting as people come and spend their time with us, golfing, dining, full-service restaurant, food and beverage service that we have here in Roanoke at Ballyhat.
Well, clearly this facility is spectacular. It's very warm and inviting, and I know that this entire project was somewhere in an investment level of $20 million, so it's a serious investment in the community, and we so appreciate the national attention that this is drawing into the area.
Well, thank you. It really is, it's wonderful because we have the best of both worlds, really. We have a wonderful area membership with local Roanoke residents. And then we have a number of our members, more and more, continuing to join that are coming from all over the rest of the country. So being able to expose them to Roanoke has been a great thing. They fall in love with it just like we have.
Kind of like the cottages where they come and hang out with the fire pits. And
exactly. Like as an accent to this clubhouse, it's all about the experience. Wonderful golf. The clubhouse, the cottages, we have 3 cottages with 4 bedrooms each, so perfect for a foursome or for a couple's getaway weekend, whatever the case may be. The fire pits, as you mentioned, outside, a great way to extend the evening after a wonderful dinner here in the clubhouse, sit and relax by that fire pit. So
they are beautiful, Jonathan. You guys have done a great job here.
Thank you.
Now tell me a little bit about some of the rankings that you've received from national publications.
Well, we're honored to have been considered very highly. As we opened in 2009, we were ranked number 3 by Golf Magazine in new courses, number 3 in the country. So quite a feather in our cap there, and can continue to receive more accolades as the course matures.
Well, and I know you also have some exciting members and owners represented here. I think you have Vinnie Giles and Frank Beamer as owners, and I also heard that Archie Manning and
we have Nick Faldo also, Sir Nick Faldo.
A member.
We're pleased and fortunate to have all 4 of the gentlemen that you just named with Coach Beamer and Mr. Giles as part of the development group and ownership team, and then fortunate to have found favor with Mr. Manning and Sir Nick. Just love the place and really what it represents, the relaxed nature, the upscale nature, and to be able to do this here in the Roanoke Valley.
Well, for a unique golf experience in a private setting, this is the place to come visit. We're so grateful that you guys are building here and have developed this into a national destination.
Well, thank you, Jill. Appreciate it.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Enjoy a day at the beach without the drive at Splash Valley. Plunge down 2 3.5-story water slides, relax in the current river or pool deck, splash in our aquatic spray ground. Get wet and have fun at Splash Valley. Open daily through Labor Day.
Thank you for joining us as we showcase some of Roanoke County's outdoor-related businesses. If you own a business in Roanoke County and you have news to share, or if you're expanding, please give our office a call at 772-2069.